This is Brad from Comic Experience Sci-Fi reporting live from Time Travelers in Berkeley, Michigan. One of the big things about comic book stores is the transition to everything fantasy and energetic and scientific and game playing. But here at Time Travelers, they actually have tables and tables of people playing head-to-head, human interaction with actual humans with cards. It's really unusual and it's really fun, and sometimes you just got to do it. Guys, I think Zoe is our expert. Nick, do you have experience playing card games or board games, or what do you think?
No, I did not. I have never played card games. We did play one game, but oh yeah. Well, today my friends and I get together every Thursday. My friends from 7th grade, and we play board games. We play a game called Ticket to Ride. We play a game called Stone Age, Power Grid. These are sort of challenging adult board games, but they're not too. I mean, you can get as complex as you want with these board games. We don't have the patience because we're also sampling bourbon and beer while we're playing these board games. So there needs to be a certain level of simplicity. No, well, risk is how we started.
Risk is really intense, right?
It is, but it takes 5 hours to play.
Did you ever play Stratego when you were a kid?
I personally have not played Stratego. I know.
Yes, it was a mathematician's chess. It was absolutely crazy. When I was a little kid, we just played them. Right. We played them as figures, and we named them, and we did interact little army men's things. But I think you've played card games, haven't you?
Well, no. Okay, I haven't played Magic, and I have not officially played Dungeons and Dragons, but I've sat down and read the intro D&D book, and because one of my former boyfriends, he was very involved in D&D, and and thank you. I would just read a lot of D&D stuff. I never played because they wouldn't let me because I was a girl, which is unfair.
That's wrong.
It is, thank you. But I would look through all their drawings of their little.
Who's gonna wear the chainmail bikini if you don't have a girl in it?
Seriously. And then Magic is I know so many people that play that card game, but the only experience I have with it is when I wanted to go get a Miss Marvel comic, and I walked into the comic book store. Everyone stopped what they were doing and looked at me. It was very embarrassing.
Because you interrupted a game.
Right.
No, because there's a girl in the comic book store.
I just want my Miss Marvel comic. And
Chris,
that's it.
do you have any?
Well, at first I'd like to say that I'm going to have to get very skilled at martial arts, but between you and her throwing all of these karate chops in front of me, I'm going to have to counter. But anyway, I am a part of many things, nerddom and geek, but I've never really gotten to the cards. I had buddies that were in the Hero Clicks and Dungeons and Dragons. I've never did it because I have a horrible attention span. I can barely pay attention to myself when I'm talking.
Memorization.
So I just,
You mean your hand falls asleep?
Yeah, I just could not get into it. And plus for me,
the big thing about Dungeons and Dragons is if you know nothing, you know your character. All the electronic games that I play are exactly Dungeons and Dragons. Everybody's got a rating. Everybody's got armor. If you want better armor, you got to earn it. You got to kick something's ass to get it. You've got to know what's in your secret satchel to be able to pull out the purple zap, and something happens, and it's good and it's bad. And even as good as I am at remembering things, I don't remember all of that stuff.
You don't even know what's in your secret satchel?
I always know what's in my secret satchel. Okay. But these guys who play these games are actually quite imaginative. You have to understand that they know what's in their deck. Okay. In fact, it's huge. You understand that manga and anime has embraced the cards. I can't remember the name of the show, but I've watched it, and it's literally, that's what Pokemon is. Pokemon is literally, Yu-Gi-Oh.
I used to have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
But Pokemon is the same. It's just like you have control of a thing. It does your bidding, and it.
Right.
Just a quick thing about Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons now is on its 5th edition of rules. Now, I played the 1st edition, and if I ever play, we did play for a while. If we play again, it will be the 1st edition. The only complaint I have about the newer editions of D&D is it's become a lot more of a tabletop combat game
Okay.
as much as a role-playing game. And then another thing that I have a complaint about is I wanted to be a thief and I wanted to have this type of sword and I wanted to have that type of thing.
And they wouldn't let you.
Well, no, it's not that they wouldn't let me. It's like, well, if you're a thief and you have this type of sword, you get all these bonuses. So if I take the sword I want, I don't get the bonuses. It was too much. I had to get a freaking calculator to figure out what I needed to hit the bad guy.
That's why I like the electronic games, because you can combine certain things a little
Well, yeah,
better.
but that's electronic. We're talking about a pencil and eraser, archaic type of imagination is involved, Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that.
This has been Comic Experience Sci-Fi and yet another argumentative, joyous bout of nerdosity.